Welcome everybody on this presentation tonight. Welcome. This is Claudia here from Germany. Now you all may not see me at the moment because I'm live also on Facebook, on YouTube. So all your viewers are going to see me here, but not on the webinar platform. That's just the way technology works. But everybody who's logging into the webinar tonight, welcome to this presentation of Utopian Global, real assets, real income, and real lifestyle. I'm really glad that you are all could join here. And I'm going to be your host tonight. We do have our founder and CEO live from Dubai on this presentation as well, who's going to walk you through the Utopian Global opportunity, the products and services, and really the modern way to build and grow wealth. So in the next few minutes, what you're going to hear, of course, is a little bit about the story, how Utopian Global got started, what is in for you, and then, of course, you're going to learn about our products and services and how you can make money today. Because let's face it, everybody wants to know how to make money today. They don't want to wait till tomorrow or the next day or weeks to come. Everybody needs money now. We are living in a very changing time, and we want to show you a really cool opportunity. So with that, just very quickly again, like myself, I am with the company since its initiation in 2008. We have now customers in over 139 countries and growing. So literally a global business in the pocket, which means, and this is why I joined this company, is you can literally do your business anywhere from the palm of your hand. I just love it, without any overheads nor any other things. So I really truly love that, and certainly absolutely passionate about it. But I'm also passionate about really the problems this amazing opportunity solves for so many of us, because let's face it, so many of us are right now challenged. And so Utopian Global, the founder of Utopian Global and CEO, Bill Rowell, he had an amazing idea back in 2006 when it was just in the mind. And of course, it took a little while until it started to launch a business, a platform, a wealth creation platform where you can really accumulate real assets, which of course grow your wealth and pay you well. So Bill, I know you are in Dubai, you just flew in. How are you today? I'm looking forward to this presentation.
I'm great, thank you, Claudia. Yes, I'm back in Dubai. The weather here is much more comfortable. I did 30 kilometers on my bike today, 37 kilometers yesterday, and it's only 32 to Celsius instead of 45, so it's much better. Getting busier here. Had precious metals meetings and different things, so all good. Glad to be back here.
Now, I'm a little jealous. I'm a little jealous, I mean, about the weather. Certainly, the weather in Germany turns into winter, so I'm a little jealous here. But yes, we are looking forward so much to hear from you, of course, that you tell us more about what it's going on.
Yes, well, maybe getting winter in Europe, at least you still have nice green colours and flowers. Here it's pretty much buildings and sand, so it's different contrast, isn't it? Anyway, with that, let's get speaking about Utopian Global and real wealth. What is real wealth? Well, it's a bit of a journey. It's been a journey for me. So people on this call for the very first time, let me give you a bit of an overview of what my life has been since I've been in business since 1986. I was raised in Melbourne, Australia, actually born in Melbourne, Australia, raised on a dairy farm, one of 8 children. So I was brought up in a family that you had to apply your labour, application of labour on the farm to generate productivity to be able to produce, of course, incomes. So work hard for a fair day's pay. But I realised as a young man in the late 1970s, particularly after my father passed away, is that he was working hard. He was a farmer full-time. He was also a full-time motor mechanic at General Motors Holden. So he worked 2 jobs pretty much for many, many years. Because the year that he took the farm over, there was a drought. So seasons come and go, just like economic seasons go. Farmers also get caught out unexpectedly. He just sold his business, put everything into a farm. The first year I've been in this particular farm, we was hit with a very harsh drought. So there's no grass, no milk, no sales, no bread and butter on the table. So he had multiple jobs. He went back to being a motor mechanic, etc. So I'm just talking about that things do go in seasons, and sometimes we are all faced with unexpected hardships. But I was brought up with good values of hard work for a fair day's pay, respect, honour, respect for your fellow being, which is really important. And at the end, I decided to get into my own business in 1986 and bought my first business. I've been a self-employed entrepreneur since then. You see me standing in the Argo Horizon refinery in Switzerland. This is probably 2008, 2009, with a 9 kilo gold bar. Today, that's probably that's over $500,000 in value. I'm just showing you that not to impress you, but just showing that this is what that's what I was involved with all these years ago, and I'm actually a licensed precious metal dealer here in Dubai, Dubai Multi Commodities Centre. But how did I go from going from a farm in my hotel business? I had 4 hotels over 20 years, and in 2003, I transitioned into a completely different style of business. I sold my last hotel, went to Zurich, Switzerland, to the Grant Thornton accountant's office, where I actually met a bullion banker named Philip Judge, and he introduced me to the world of precious metals and also to an energy fund. And the world of precious metals is really interesting. But before I get into that, Cloudy, maybe we talk about, just change the slides there, and we can see the flow of what the world is experiencing right today. As I said before at the introduction, we're going to be speaking about real wealth. Utopian Global speaks about gold and silver, and you'll learn on this particular call it's about wealth preservation. We're going to be speaking about store. We're going to be speaking about real assets, tangible assets that generate income. And of course, we have our affiliate program, and you'll see later on in this particular call, we have 3 simple steps. 3 simple steps that can generate you good cash flow to be able to get your assets such as gold for free. So remember that 3 simple steps is going to generate your cash flow that you can convert to real assets. That's what we're going to speak about at the end of this particular call. But right now we're living in a world which is very different than what it was only a year ago. Many people were caught out this year because of COVID-19. No one expected this change. We've had economic closures, shutdowns. Many people caught with no money, high debt, no savings, no assets. And this is the reality that we actually we have today for many people around the world, living from paycheck to paycheck. In fact, it's said that many people in the world today are only 1 or 2 paychecks away from being broke. And that's very, very difficult. Now, I speak to people all over the world, and I can tell you many people are doing it very, very tough today. And, some places are more fortunate than others because governments take care of and pay people and support people during these times. But just as many as there's some countries that do it, there's many more countries that don't. We also have the effect of a changing economic situation where robotic labor, artificial intelligence, is projected that 40% of our jobs is really going to be disappear that we know of today over the next 15 years. So we are living in a changing economic climate, living in a changing environment, and we need to be able to understand that to be able to adjust and prepare. The other thing, of course, is that I speak to many people, and they work the same old plan they've been doing for many years, and they're going to be relying on maybe a pension in the future. But you've got to ask yourself the question: can you really rely on a pension that's not maybe not be there? For example, in the 1950s, there was nearly 17 workers producing taxes in the US. We're using US as a base of information here. In the US, there's about 17 workers producing taxes that would pay into a social system to provide for a pensioner in retirement in one sense, which is fantastic. Today, there's less than 3. Between now and 2030, that's going to shrink another 30% to be only 2 workers producing taxes to actually provide for retirement or pensions for people, which is actually expanding because we have the baby boomers which are actually going into retirement as we speak, which is one of the biggest parts of the population. We also have here a quote from Professor Chauvin from the Stanford University, Professor of Economics, and I like to speak about this because it doesn't matter what age you're at. If you're at 18 years of age now, 16 years of age now, and you're getting this information, that is fantastic. The earlier you can get it, the better. I didn't get this till many years later. So it's never too late. And he said it's just not realistic to finance a 30-year retirement with 30 years of work. You can't expect to put 10% of your income aside and then finance a retirement that is just as long. The truth of the matter is you're 20 years of age now, you're going to work for probably 65 years of age, and you're going to expect to be on some sort of pension if it's going to be there. You may live to be 90. So we have the savings. You have the economic plan to be able to create a situation that you can live off the wealth that you've actually produced. Most people are not in that situation. We also have a situation where savers are actually penalized in the world. Now, many people don't understand this, but primarily in many parts of the world now, Japan's had it for probably 20 years. We have the US, we have Europe, even Canada speaking about it, maybe going to negative interest rates. That means when you deposit your money in the bank, instead of you giving interest, which are rewarding you for saving, they're going to be penalizing by charging you for depositing the money. So why would you have money in the bank then? There's no point, is it? You're losing value. So we have many things converging at the same time as we speak now, which is really affecting all of us. The rules of money have dramatically changed, and primarily what you need to know in a quick summary is whatever currency you have today, this is 100 francs, between now and 2030, 100 francs is probably going to have 50 francs worth of purchasing power. $100 or 100 euros in 10 years from now is going to have less than $100, probably less than $50 or 50 euros worth of purchasing power. It's losing value. But the negative interest rates, I just want to touch on this particular point because we're going to show you how you can generate and build more cash flow. And the effect of negative interest rates is, of course, the return you're getting on your savings. And here's an example here, where if you wanted to earn an extra $50 per month, that's all, at a 5% return, you would have to have $12,000 in the bank that's going to give you a 5% return. If you wanted to earn an extra $600 a month, and we can show you how to do that quite easily, but on a term deposit at 5% of assets, 5% return, you'd need to have the equivalent of $150,000 in assets or money in a term deposit. And for $10,000 a month, and you certainly should be focusing at that level. Everyone on this call should be focusing on earning an extra $10,000 per month. It may sound big, but don't limit you. Don't ask the why yet. Just believe that you can actually do it. But you'd need $2.4 million at 5% to give you the extra $10,000 per month. Now, negative interest rates, what we're going to show you here, this is at 1%. And many banks around the world today, you're not even getting 1%. But look at the difference here. Just to earn an extra $50 per month, which is $600 a year, you'd have to have $60,000 in the bank or have assets generating you 1% return. For $600 per month, you'd have to have $750,000, $750,000 at 1% just to give you an extra $600 per month. And for $10,000 per month, you'd have to have $12 million in the bank. Now, if you have $12 million in the bank, you may not even be here. Of course you would, because you want to be buying real assets. I understand that, but you get my point. The point is that over time, you're trading your labor, you're providing service at your profession, at your job, whatever it might be, and as a result of rendering your service, you're getting paid in a currency that's losing value. And the rule is between now and the next 10 years, it's going to buy half from what it does today. And here's a chart that says, what will $100, that could be 100 euros, 100 rupees, 100 nairas, it could be shillings, whatever it might be, Australian dollars. Doesn't matter what currency it is. Over the next 10 years, it's pretty much going to buy less than half than what it will do today. And it says here on the left-hand side, this is John Maynard Keynes, one of the great, they say he's one of the great economists of the 20th century. We're living in a different century now, of course, but we live under a Keynesian economic system. And he said this, he said, by a continuing process of inflation, governments can confiscate secretly unobserved an important part of the wealth of their citizens. There's no subtler, no surer means of overturning the existing basis of society than to debauch the currency. The process engages all of the hidden forces on the economic law of the side of destruction and does it in a manner which not one man in a million can diagnose. Primarily what he's saying is, by design, by economic design, our paper currencies are designed to lose purchasing power, which is a transfer of wealth away from you and your family back to the central banking system. So we trade your time and energy for something that's losing value. So we're going to show you how you can actually preserve that. Putting your money in the bank, one, it's got the effects of negative interest rates. Two, it's going backwards the longer you hold it. So why would you do that? You don't do wealth by saving in paper. We need to save some in paper, of course, in currency, because we need to be liquid. But to build wealth over a long time, we don't want to be doing it that way. We want to be able to put it into real assets. It can be real estate, can be businesses, can be gold and silver. So why gold and silver? Well, in 2003, after selling my last hotel, I had four, I went to Zurich, Switzerland, to the Grand Thornton accountant's office, to the boardroom where I met a bullion banker. I was interested in two things. I wanted to invest my money and also to be engaged in the International Energy Fund, which Philip Judge was the CEO of. But the first subject of the day was really why precious metals. And up until that time, I had no understanding of precious metals. I never purchased any gold and silver, had no idea about it. And Philip said to me, he said, throughout history, rulers of empires, royalty, and the financial elite have always got part of the paper wealth. He said, maybe it's only 3 to 5%, but they've always done it for wealth preservation. He said, this is what I mean, because it has a store of value. And I said, Philip, what do you mean? My naive way, what do you mean by a store of value? Because I was not educated about money. The school system didn't teach me about it. My parents didn't teach me about what money is. In fact, we all worked very hard at our home, but there's really bad manners to speak at the kitchen table about money. You weren't allowed to. Money only does really two things for us. It's not the love of money that's evil. Money does two things for us. One is it actually gives us a quality of life. Without having this coming in, how would your life be? And it also gives us the ability to help and service other people. We can help out with charities, school, kindergartens, maybe it's your local church. You can help other people in need if you have wealth. You can't help the poor if you're poor yourself. But anyway, he gave me an example of why gold. He said, well, you can go back to Roman times, 1 ounce of gold, which I have here, which is 31.103 grams of gold. But a gold back in Roman times, a few thousand years ago, would clothe a person. In those days, it may have been a toga and a pair of leather sandals. He said, Bill, in the 1920s, 1 ounce of gold in the USA, 1 ounce of gold in the USA had a value of $20. And in the USA 100 years ago, $20 would actually buy you a fine 3-piece suit, shirt and tie, and leather shoes. Or it would actually buy you 1 ounce of gold. Now today, he said to me then, this is back in 2003, he said, what could you do with $20 today, Bill? And I said, Philip, we just came from having coffee and cake downtown Zurich, and that cost us nearly $20. Now today, of course, in Zurich, if I go to Starbucks, which I don't, but if I did, $20 wouldn't actually buy you 3 cappuccinos. It'd be zero change. But the same ounce of gold today, as thousands of years ago, or even back 100 years ago, exchanged to any currency in the world today, but exchanges to US dollars, let's say it's $1,900. It's still going to buy me a fine 3-piece suit, shirt, and tie, leather shoes. But the $20 note is probably going to give me maybe a pair of socks, maybe only for one leg, who knows? But you can get the point. The longer you hold on to your paper wealth, the less it actually buys. And here's another example. So screen here. Here's another example. We can go back to 1971. 1971 is a significant year because that's when President Nixon actually removed the US dollar from the gold standard, and all other currencies were pegged to the US dollar. We won't go into that too much detail, but the point was, as a medium standard average price home in 1971, it was $25,000. $25,000 would buy you a standard medium home in the US, or the equivalent in 1971 of 720 ounces of gold, which is $35 an ounce in 1971. So you need $25,000 or 720 ounces of gold. Now today, the same medium standard home, you would need 11 times, 12 times that amount of cash. You need $280,000 to give you the same home. But if you had monetary understanding, you understand what happens to money over time, and you diversified your wealth, your labor, and your savings into different assets, including gold and silver, over many years, as Claudia has been doing for 12 years, you build up a storehouse of wealth and savings in gold and silver. And for 143 to 145 ounces of gold, you'd be able to buy yourself a house instead of $280,000 or 720 ounces of gold that you would have needed back in 1971. And we can see here from this particular chart, gold has outperformed every major currency for the last 20 years, euro, British pound, and US dollar. And you'll see silver, which is also a precious metal, meaning that it's been used in the monetary system for actually thousands of years. Silver's also outperformed the major currencies the last 20 years. And it's a very simple example of silver. Or maybe you don't have it there, do you, Claudia? I can't see it there. Another slide. Okay, it's changed. Primarily, our system provides a very easy way for all of our members around the world to be able to save, convert their paper wealth into physical gold and silver. And for our affiliate members who are active, it's buying at a wholesale price. There's no sellback fees. It's highly liquid, of course. There's no vaulting fees. So it's a very easy way to be able to convert your paper to actually to precious metals. And maybe the slides are just changing slow, Claudia.
No, I have taken this slide out with the other silver, so go ahead.
Okay. Um, so as I said, it's a very, very simple system for our members to be able to convert their savings from currency to precious metals. It's from as little as 25 euros per month, which is less than $2 a day. All the gold is produced at the Argol Horizon refinery in Switzerland, which is London Bullion Market accredited. We also have secure vaulting at Loomis International here in Dubai, and then mostly in Zurich actually. And of course, we have the ability. You have the ability to sell that very easy. So, for example, Claudia's been been converting part of her commissions back to precious metals for over 10 years now. But let's say she needed to buy a car or wanted to go on a holiday. She needed to sell some ounces of gold. So she can log into her account very easily, place a sellback order, and the next London bullion market pricing, which will be tomorrow, of course, that will be Wednesday. It would go to the market, whatever the refinery LB made pricing is, that's the price that she would get. Being an active member, there's no fees charged, and that will be credited to her e-wallet, and from there it can be pushed straight to her nominated bank account or to her Bitcoin wallet. So it's highly liquid. You're not stuck with gold. You think, what am I going to do with this when you need cash? You can convert it back to cash very, very easily, which is really important. The other reason why I was in Switzerland, as I mentioned to you, was with Philip Judge, the banker, was I was going to invest. In fact, I did invest a significant amount of my sale of my proceeds of my last hotel into an energy fund. Now, why would I want to do that? Well, I understood the longer you hold paper in the bank, the less it's going to buy. So I wanted to take some of those proceeds. I wanted to sow new seeds into a new investment that was going to work for me. And every time I go to the energy pump to fill my car up, it always cost me money. So it was a bit of a no-brainer in one sense when I spoke to Philip, the banker, and he said, well, imagine positioning yourself on the supply side. Imagine being involved on the supply side as well as being a consumer. You benefit both sides, don't you? So for me, that was a no-brainer, of course. So, but before I invested, I wanted to know who was I investing with. And it's really important. Just go back to the last slide, please, Claudia. It's really important that we that you know who you're engaged with in that particular sense. So I flew to Baton Rouge, America. I met the team, Ryan Messer on the left-hand side. He was the CEO of a public company at that particular time. He was running the natural resource for this particular energy fund. I met James Stewart, the geologist advisor at that particular time. But since then, and they're still a judge in the middle, of course. I've been associated with these people since early 2003. So we've known these people a long time. I know, Claudia, you met Ryan Messer in probably 2006. You also invested in that particular fund. There's Mike Miglio at the middle down the bottom there. He's our legal advisor from in Houston, Texas. Does our legal contract and store in that respect. And you can change that, Claudia. So the important part, of course, what I'm mentioning to you is that before you invest, you need to do your diligence. And what we're presenting here is that we have a community of top executives who I've been working with for many, many, many years. I've known since 2003, 2004, which is fantastic. We have the first asset that Store has purchased is the Raccoon Bend asset in Texas. And this is the amazing asset, actually. It's it's over 5,600 acres, 156 wells, over 90 of them are producing. It's a relatively low-risk investment. The biggest fluctuation of risk we've had this year, of course, has been the oil prices and gas prices. And other than that, it's produced a profit every particular month, which is fantastic. And over 80% of the assets are owned by industry insiders, which is fantastic. I mean, they have skin in the game. Ryan Messer has skin in the game. I have skin in the game. And over 80% of the other shareholders are actually either engineers or geologists who are involved in this natural resource sector. So that's a good statement, which I like to, before I invest, it's all about risk management. If they're willing to put money into it, well, I am too, because they're the professionals of this particular game. But why is it so important to understand finances? Well, as you can see, it's not about the money, it's what the money can do for you in your life, in one sense, because everything to do with your finances affects your time availability, your time freedom, your lifestyle, your health, your well-being. There's no question about that. Most people are burdened with debt. They go to sleep at night with a burden of debt on their mind. They wake up in the morning with a burden of debt on their mind. How am I going to pay these bills? Imagine if you didn't have that burden on you, how your life would actually be. So we're going to go into this 3-step process, which I spoke to you about earlier, to be able to show you how you can, doesn't matter where you are in your situation right now, that you can dramatically change from where you are to where you want to be. And I'm not just saying that. I'm going to give you a very simple way that this can be actually done. So you've got to make a choice. There's 2 ways to get involved. You can be a customer. Customer means you can just go in and buy gold and silver. You can also get involved with buying the assets in store. But as an affiliate member, you're getting all of that and much more because you own a global business system. And you're also getting the assets and precious metals, of course, at the wholesale price. So you've got to make a choice. And I speak about risk management, and you'll see from what I'm going to be sharing here, it's relatively low risk. Now, the business model that I was first introduced to, this business model, actually would have been 1991, and I just got it. Primarily, most companies, whether they're selling water, you see water ads on television, in radio you hear about it, in news magazines, they pay millions of dollars to be able to market their brand and product. We don't do that. We just let the consumers, you people, buy our products and services. You like what we actually do, you're going to share it with your colleagues and friends and family maybe. If you don't like what we do, I'm sure you're not going to share it. Or if you do share it, it's going to be in a very, very bad way. So I see this as a very easy self-regulating system for honesty and integrity. But primarily, you can refer our products and you can become an affiliate. But before we get into that, I want to touch on the power of compounding and leverage, because it really, if you're not compounding and leveraging your way in life, you're going to be working so many years for so long and you never really get ahead. So the first 2 steps is we want to be able to teach you is to buy an affiliate package. If you're coming in as an affiliate, which means you're going to own a global business to have the ability to earn commissions, you've got to buy an affiliate package. The second thing is you have to refer the program. And by referring the program, if people buy products and services, you're going to earn a commission. And these are the first 2 steps. So let's look at the packages that we actually have. The affiliate packages start from $99 up to €3,500. We also have the quantum packs. And then we have the monthly asset accumulation plan, which is €50 per month. And you can also earn commissions from customer sales as well. So here's some of the what we call the premium packages. They range from $99. For example, it says the commission, if Claudia has a €99 package, it doesn't matter if she may have a €3,500 package, it doesn't matter. If I was to buy a €99 package and she referred me, she would pick up €37 in commission. If I purchased a €1,500 package, Claudia would earn $500 in commission. If she purchased that as well, it means she only has to sell 3 packages. Per 3 packages, she already has her investment back, which is pretty awesome. This keeps it very, very simple, very low risk. You buy your package, share it with 3 people. First of all, you're buying your package, you're getting ownership of real assets. Secondly, you share it with 3 people, they're getting ownership of assets, but the commissions that you'll generate already covers the cost of your principal package, which is step 1 and step 2. We also have the quantum packages. We're going to be bringing an announcement regarding the quantum packages over the next week. But let's get on to step 3, which is really how you want to make some cash flow, because this is really, really important. Why is it so important? Well, it's actually a no-brainer. This paper stuff you're trading your time for is losing money, is losing value, purchasing power of over 50% unless between now and 2030. It means all of us have to double our income in probably the next 3, 4, 5 years just to stay where we are. And we haven't even improved ourselves because that's the cost of living rising. So we're going to show you there's 8 ways to pay. But most importantly, I want you to get this aspect, the understanding of leverage and compounding. This is the key that can set you free. Now, when this was introduced to me in 1991, now I was in my second hotel at that time. I owned 4 hotels. My primary businesses were hotel businesses. But when I learned this concept, I just got it. I wanted to be able to make money when I'm sleeping. I worked hard at my hotels, but when I went to bed at night, head on the pillow, when I woke up in the morning, I was generating commissions from other parts of the world, people I didn't even know. That's to set yourself free financially. That's how you've got to think. So let's have a look at just a simple example here, just doubling a cent a day for 31 days. Double a cent one day, it's 1 cent, 2 days, it's 2 cents. It's slow. Playing for the seed starts off relatively slow at the beginning. But as you can see, you get down maybe to 2 weeks, day 14, day 21. it's a significant difference. Jump to day 31, you're at over $10 million, doubling, doubling a cent per day. Now, this industry is a little bit similar in that sense. You might start off a little bit slow, enrolling one person, and you see a little bit of commission come in, and it doesn't really change your life. But as you start to build your organizations, keep sowing these seeds of prosperity, growing your organization, you'll see how these magic numbers come in your favor. For example, here is the magic of 3. We said magic of 3, which is step 1. You buy your package, refer it to 3, you've got your money back, the investment doesn't owe you anything, correct? Step 2 is we want to be able to build your step 3, we want to build your organization to generate monthly cash flow. This is really important. So just by building an organization of 3 people and teaching them to do the same thing, to buy assets and share it with 3 people, you can see the sort of money that you have the potential to earn will be over 8,000 euros per month. But just by adding the power of 1, by adding one more person to your organization, by 3 in the first level, 3 in the second level, by adding to 4, you see you go from 8,000 euro potential income to 54,000. Just by adding one extra person, you haven't had to go out there and enroll another 5,000 people. You've had to add one person to your organizational structure and support and train them. That's the power of it. And let's add one more, and you'll see the power of 5. I like to work with a minimum of 5. It gives you diversification, and even if you're only 10% successful, with the power of 5, you're earning nearly 20,000 euros per month. That's 10% successful. Now, we'll just stay here a moment, please, Claudia. I want to stay here because I mentioned to you in 1991, I was introduced to this particular business. I was a hotelier in Melbourne, Australia. But I went to London in 1998. I met some company directors of a big MLM company, network marketing company that sold nutritional products. I met them in London, and I got the rights to take those products to Germany. As a result of that meeting, over the following years, didn't happen overnight, over the following years, we built a team of over 50,000 people. So here I am. I planted some seeds over there as well. I'm back in Australia running my hotels on the other side of the world. Okay, I knew the leaders there because I helped instigate. I met the founders spring at that. But primarily, there's a huge organization there buying their consumable products, share it with other people because I like the products and service. And I was earning another 6-figure income on the side in Australia from building an organization in primarily the other side of the world. This is the power that all of you actually have. Don't underestimate what a 50-euro plan of owning assets can do for you on a monthly basis. Ask yourself, what do you have to do? First of all, you're buying assets every month, which people like to do. We like to build. It's an asset saving plan. 50 euros a month towards your asset saving plan. You're accumulating a bit of assets every month. You share it with 3 people. You get your money back, of course. You go to 4 people, go to 5 people. You build your organization out. You keep supporting and training. You tap into the network. You tap into the trainings. And over years, maybe 3 to 5 years, you are going to build a strong network. All the people are going to be owning assets, and you're going to be generating a strong cash flow. And believe me, it works. It works. And I just love the power of compounding because it doesn't matter where you are today. You could be sitting on the edge of your bed, in despair, not knowing what to do. What I'm telling you right now, the concept of leveraging your time to leverage your income is the key, is the solution that will set you free. No doubt about it. So the steps we have is step 1, select your package, premium packages. Step 2, refer 3, get your money back. Step 3, we're going to be able to build an organization, add another 1 to 4, add another 1 to 5, support those people, build deep. And over time, you're going to build a strong cash flow. Every month, you're getting ownership of assets. Every month, those people in your network are getting ownership of assets as well. For me, this is just ingenious. Now, just while we're on this page, what did I do with this company in Germany? Actually, it was an American company based in Germany. We didn't have gold and silver or assets and natural resources that we're building up every month. I was buying $150 worth of nutritional products every month, which at the end of every month, I had nothing to show for it. Month after month, with us, you're building gold or you're building silver. Now, who wouldn't want to have a treasure chest of gold and silver, knowing what happens to it over years? It's a store of value. So this is the simple concept. Step 1, select a package, getting ownership of assets. Step 2, share it with 3 people, get your money back, no risk. And step 3, build your network, generate your cash flow. Because remember, the longer you hold this stuff, it's going to lose value. So we need to generate a lot more of it, and then be smart, be very wise how we invest that money. Pay off your debt, pay off your credit card, buy into some businesses, buy a little bit of gold and silver, buy into some other assets which are going to generate you further income. It's a simple plan, and it's powerful. Now, you're in business, but as an affiliate, you're in business, but you're not in business by yourself. We have full support. In fact, Claudia, who's been with us for now 12 years, does many, many training calls all over the world in different languages. We have replicating websites. We have state-of-the-art back office for your precious metals, full reporting there. We have a marketing funnel system, which Claudia probably speaks about in her trainings. Video multimedia tools, world-class coaching, training calls, events, an experienced executive team. I mean, these guys from Store and Precious Metals have known since 2003, 2004. It's not like I've just started this up today and pulled a few people out of my hat to say these are good guys. I've known them, have done this. This is business that's been going on for nearly two decades, actually, in one respect. And we want to bring this to you and share it with you. This is all part of the risk management, isn't it? Knowing who you're working with and knowing what you're actually getting for your money. So the time to get in is now. It's really important. That there's an old saying: the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The next best time is now. So you don't plant seeds. No planting of seeds means no harvesting. Correct? Another important notice is, of course, we have a disclaimer, like always, and that is we're not offering financial advice. Everything that was shown you there on the presentation of what money you would make is exactly what you would get paid if you built that structure. Correct? Of course, we know not everyone's going to be happy. Everyone has different abilities and different things. But that's what you'd actually earn. So we're not guaranteeing exactly that all of you are going to earn that money. But anyone that does build that structure, that's exactly what you would get paid. Store's not available in the USA. Although we've got some products coming up in the future, which will be available for the USA. And Utopian Global, we give you a guarantee. So if you don't like what we do, you buy into, I'm talking the package now, the first time upgrade packages. You buy into your upgrade package, you don't like what we actually offer, I guarantee you, I don't care if you bought a €99 package or a €250,000 package, you'll get your money back. If it's within the 14 days. If it's 15 days, you won't get it back because the commissions will be gone paid out. But it's within 14 days, we guarantee that you'll get all your money back with that. So that's fine. So the time is to get in now. And I really like this quote from John Maxwell. You'll never change your life until you change something you do daily. The secret of your success is found in your daily routine. So maybe it's not going to that Starbucks and having that coffee or 2 coffees per day. Maybe you're having one, saving that $3 because your global business here and monthly assets costing you less than a cup of coffee per day. It's a conversion. What would you rather have? A cup of coffee every day or own an international business where you can actually get ownership of real assets and generate real cash flow? I've gone through that relatively quick, Claudia. Are there any questions or any comments from you?
That's really great, Bill, that you went through it quick. I'm just having here some questions on Facebook that was regarding audio, but not really questions, so just some comments that they couldn't probably hear you so well, or probably it's your accent sometimes when you, of course, start to talk fast, but the Australian accent is a little bit different. No, that's true. I'm just making a joke, but no. So I'm just checking here all the questions because we are live here on the different channels, as you do see or know, of course, on our Facebook pages and of course on the YouTube pages and of course the people who are sharing it. So I don't see all the time all the comments which you guys are making, and of course. Sometimes you only see them afterwards. And then, of course, the social media team of Utopian Global are going to answer those questions you guys may in the review and the replay are actually asking. But you always can send an email to support@utopianglobal.com. That is support@utopianglobal.com. If you do have any questions, of course, here. Now, on our panel in our webinar platform, I don't see any currently. So, Bill, you did a great job. I think it was pretty clear, pretty precise. I know there's a lot of coming in the next few weeks, so you really got to stay tuned because there's so much coming just before the end of the year, which I think it's going to be amazing. And again, it's all about making it easier for you to spread the message. It's all about making it easier for you to share and to make yourself, of course, more money and grow your wealth. So stay tuned with what is coming. And stay connected. And I'm just seeing here some questions are coming. How can I get the training? Gilberto is asking. Well, so when you log in your back office, Gilberto, there is on the right hand side, there is a little bell button. It looks like a bell, like a ringing bell. And so when you click on this bell button, you will actually see the upcoming training. It's a Zoom, most likely. It is a Zoom call. And so you see the different time zones. So we do have every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Friday. Saturday. Every Tuesday, every Thursday, every Saturday. That's 3 times a week. We have a morning Zoom presentation at 10 a.m. UK. It is always 10 a.m. UK time. Then we do have, of course, our trainings for the US time zone, and that is Mondays at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yes, at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and Thursdays on 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is when trainings are. Then you have a lot of trainings in the back office under the training section. So you see the Life Cycle of Money by Philip Judge. You have the great training about our financial system by the Crash Course, of course, by Chris Martenson. You see all our social media training, the social media training, how to brand yourself, how to become an influencer, how to build your brand on Facebook, how to market on Facebook, how to use the ATM system, the ad tech messaging system. And watch out this space. We're going to get ready to some really cool latest tool to build your business. It's not yet there. It's coming very, 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 very soon. So get excited for all what's coming. But it's plenty of training as right now in the back office. So this is how you get on. And I am sure that when you take on the training, when you really get into the nuts and bolts of this business, and you stay persistent, as Bill said, and you just do your daily action steps, your daily habits, you're going to build a very successful business. Because let's face it, the way I see it, this is from my humble opinion, it's pretty simple. We have the most wanted product at this given economic time. We anyway have a great product because it's building wealth. I like a little bit stuff as well. I like potions and lotions a little bit, but I prefer to have my garage full of gold, let's face it. And so we have the most exciting product in that sense, and we're going to get really great, amazing products all in the wealth building area for you, because at the end of the day, when you generate money, when you generate income, when you build cash flow, when you have money, you can buy all the stuff you want, right? So let's help you make money first. So with that, Bill, thank you so much for, of course, presenting here today for all of us. And I hope that everybody is going to go back now, go back with a sense of urgency to get started and build their wealth. So with that, thank you so much, Bill, and thank you all your listeners from all around the world. And we see you on the next call. Thank you.
Thank you, Claudia. And remember, guys,